See you the ferny ride that steals into the Oakwood's furrow? That was whence they hewed the keels that rolled to Trafalgar. And mark you where the ivy clings to Bayham's mouldering walls. Oh, there we cast the stout railings that stand around St. Paul's.
A barrow is a burial mound, a monument of earth erected over a tomb. These are an iconic part of the landscape of Northern Europe, including England. Neolithic farmers built long barrows for the use of multiple burials, but later Indo-European peoples such as the Bell Beaker culture, Celtic Britons and Anglo-Saxons constructed barrows over the graves of important individuals, with elaborate funerals involving displays of military prowess. This practice is described by Homer in the Iliad and in Beowulf. I live relatively close to 2 barrow cemeteries, so I decided to visit them with some friends. However, we were immediately distracted by the roadside buffet.
Oh, those would be really good.
Blackberry bushes are commonly used for hedgerows bordering farms because of their thorns.
Aye.
Those are really good.
They're really good.
Oh, that's good.
We also found rose hips, which you can't eat raw, but you can make into jam or alcohol. During the early stage of the Industrial Revolution, before railways became common, the industrial centres of Great Britain were linked by a complex network of canals which are still maintained today. The industrial city of Birmingham is notable for its extensive canal system. Nowadays the canals are mostly used for houseboats like these.
Fine vessel, sir. It's beautiful.
Cargo-carrying canal barges were drawn by horses walking alongside the water's edge, and a unique style of bridge was designed so that they could cross without entangling the rope.
See you the dimpled track that runs all hollow through the wheat? Oh, that was where they hauled the guns that smote King Philip's fleet. Out of the wheel, the secret wheeled men sent in ancient years. The horseshoes red at Flodden Field, the arrows at Poitiers.
Our destination was the Swarkston Lows, a set of barrows erected by the Bronze Age Bell Beaker culture and later reused by Anglo-Saxons in order to tie themselves spiritually to the ancient land. Most of the barrows are now barely visible, but this one was quite impressive. They are located in a farmer's field, and I certainly do not recommend anyone viewing this to trespass in order to reach them. Grave goods from this site can be seen in the Derby Museum. According to Scandinavian sagas, barrows were used for gatherings where sacrifices were performed, disputes were solved, and legal judgments were made. The inhabitants of barrows were believed to have become powerful supernatural beings as a result of their prestige and honour. Long after they had departed for the next life, a part of them remained present in the barrow. These barrow wights could communicate through dreams and bestow blessings on those who won their favour, but they could also appear as vengeful ghosts or draugar. Celtic mythology associates barrow wights with fairies. The Gaelic term for fairies, Dina Shi, means people of the mounds. I made sure to pour a generous libation of tea for this barrow's inhabitant. We continued to forage as we made our way to our next destination. This time it was red currants, which I've heard make a fantastic mead. In order to get where we were going, we had to cross the Swarkston Bridge and Causeway, which spans the River Trent and the surrounding floodplain. The bridge is medieval, most of its structure dating from the 13th and 14th centuries, but it has been repurposed as a motor bridge, making it ill-suited for pedestrians. By the looks of it, it isn't well suited for cars either.
It's not an old bottle. I mean, it's old, but it's a modern wine bottle. What did you say?
There's one at the back as well.
Back?
How many wing mirrors are down there, Michael?
What?
How many wing mirrors are down there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There was a heron standing here, but he flew away before I could record him. I believe this is a pillbox from the Second World War, but it was too far off to tell.
See you a little mill that clacks so busy by the brook. She has ground her corn and paid her tax ever since Doomsday Book. See you are stilly woods of oak and the dread ditch beside. Oh, that was where the Saxons broke on the day that Harold died. See you the windy levels spread about the gates of Rye. Oh, that was where the Northmen fled when Alfred's ships came by. See you our pastures wide and lone where the red oxen browse. Oh, there was a city thronged and known in London boasted a house.
Our next destination was Heath Wood. This was once a field containing the graves of 59 warriors from the Great Heathen Army, the same army led by the sons of Ragnar Lothbrok. Someone here is a big fan of a humble water filter salesman.
We're breaking the conditioning! Ah!
The Barrows are very low and the ground is rough, and some sort of forest appears to have sprouted up since the 9th century, so they are difficult to make out at a casual glance. I believe I now know the origin of the shooting I heard when I went to the Hangman's Stone, which is just south of here. I also have a notion as to what they may have been shooting at.
Discovered a gnome hole.
Get the tracks.
Evening began to fall, so we put the supper on. According to ancient Indo-European tradition, sleeping on barrows invokes the spirits inside to visit you in dreams, and sleeping on animal skins helps to induce prophetic visions. I will leave a link in the description to a video on these things. We set off in the morning after making an offering and getting distracted.
This one's had a hole bored through it.
They are notoriously aggressive though.
And see you after rain, the trace of mound and ditch and wall. Oh, that was a legion's camping place when Caesar sailed from Gaul. And see you marks that show and fade like shadows on the downs. Oh, they are the lines the flint men made to guard their wanderers' towns.
In the fields close to the Trent we made not one, but 2 amphibious friends. We also found this very impressive ancient hollow tree. Here is a Scotsman for scale. On the one hand, I am struck by the boundless natural beauty of my native land, and on the other I am disturbed at how there is such pollution even in the quietest corners of the country. The Anchor Church is a set of small natural caves overlooking the river, which was used as a hermitage in medieval times. According to tradition, King Eardwulf of Northumbria lived here with other mendicants after he was exiled. Unlike the soot on the ceilings of ancient Egyptian temples, I believe that this is recent, since the site was renovated and used as a summer house in the 19th century. People have been camping and cooking here, as well as leaving all kinds of graffiti. This appears to be Elder Futhark runes, while this is the Christian Chi-Rho symbol. This engraving seems to have originally been from 1918, but has been modified recently. There was also a splendid crystal embedded in the wall here. Apparently otters have been recorded living nearby, but we didn't see or hear any. We made good use of the fireplace and had lunch before moving on. We wanted to ask the owner of this place about the 2 vultures and 2 golden eagles he had in his front garden, but unfortunately I don't think he appreciates visitors. Every village in England has one of these First World War memorials in a prominent place. And at long last, we finally arrived at our real destination, the pub.
Trackway and camp and city lost, old marsh where now is corn. Old wars, old peace, old arts that cease, and so is England born. She is not any common earth, water or wood or air, but Merlin's Isle of Gramarye, where you and I will fare.